Hey family, we are live, broadcasting live. This is the Conversation Room 101. Make sure it's only adults in the house. I need your mind to be open, prepared, and relaxed. Welcome to our home. Take your shoes off. We got some rules we need to go over. Be kind. No cursing in the chat. If you want to curse, call in. And no shouting out other channels. That's a no-no. We got one other rule. There is no judging our guests. It will not be permitted. Zero tolerance. And if so, you want to do that, guess what? We got security. And we will escort you out. Because over here, hashtag we don't care. We're going to be one big family. We're going to laugh together sometimes. We're going to cry. But we definitely going to pray. I thank the Lord above for everything. I lift him up and give him the glory. But you guys, right now, we're going to get our popcorn. And then we're going to see what's going on. And let me just park my car. And I'll be in there in a minute. I'll see you real soon.
The Copyright Disclaimer Act. The Copyright Disclaimer Act under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news, reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is used permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Like, share, subscribe.
Do you want to know? Well, I've been thinking about you. And I think I have to listen. Because the sun is up, it's a beautiful day. My beginning will be as bright as the sun. Come, won't you come along? And it feels so bright, it's like luck is raining on me. Go and follow your heart, doesn't matter how far. There is so much love to give, something's telling me this time. Baby, baby, now I know. Baby, baby, gotta go. There is so much love to give, something's telling me it's right. When you came to me, who are you? It's you, yeah, boy.
Where does the fault lie on you?
Hey family, come on in. We are early. We are way early, but I wanted to get on in here because 3 o'clock is just stretching it too far. Thank you guys for showing on up. Let me give a shout out to the 3 that came in here. Congratulations to you. Tina Powers, she said popcorn. Amari Baxter, she said popcorn. And Lisa Taylor. We got 1, 2, and we got 3. There's Amari. And Lisa Taylor. Oh, she got a pretty picture setting up there. You go, girl. All right. All right. So, Tina Powers, your number is 7929820. Amara, your number is 7929819. And then Lisa T, your number is 7929818. So, put those in there. You guys. Okay, I want you guys to know that hey, Woke the God is in the building. Sanja Watts is in the building. And Zena Turbert is in the building. Thank you guys for showing up. You never know what time I'm going to come on. I hadn't talked to nobody today. I think I talked to Lisa. We were talking about, we were looking, and I want you guys, hey, if you want to see this really crazy trial on the RICO case, with Young Thug, it is unbelievable. That is why I'm coming on early. I want to climb back up in the bed. I want to take me a shower because I got to go to work tonight. This is one of those extra days. Usually I'll be off tonight, but hey, your girl got to go in there and get it. Yes, and I am. So, yeah, that's what's going on in my neck of the woods. Everything is fine. Everything's going the way the Lord wants it to go. But I want to share something with you. We're on a countdown on come June the 18th. Cory Bigsby, the father of Cody Bigsby, the child that we've never found, is coming up on a sentence day. And on the 18th of June, we're making sure we're going to do a countdown. So there's 6 days left. And it was funny because what came up on my phone was what happened of the 6th day of the murder trial. You guys, I will play this for you real quick if it will play. Hold on, let me see. Day 6 of the Cody trial.
Well, it's day 6 of the Cory Bigsby murder trial in Hampton. Bigsby is accused of killing his son, Cody, and then hiding his body. The search for the little boy began in January of 2022, but prosecutors believe Cory killed him months before reporting him missing. And to this day, Cody has not been found.
Now remember, this is while the trial was going. This is day 6 of the murder trial. I just want to recap every day because we're celebrating that somehow, some way, even though that Cody is not here, and I know that doesn't make sense, but it makes sense that somebody's going to have to pay for his disappearance. Somebody's going to have to pay for what happened to Cody. It does not bring Cody back. We do not know where Cody is, but his father was the last person to see him. His father was responsible for him, so they say. And but I think there's other players in this thing, but that's just allegedly my opinion. I tell you guys that it's not a fact. But and I can't change that. That's the way I feel about it. I know you guys feel some way about it too. But we're not going to stay on here long. But I just want to share with you guys this. And I do want. Okay, we're going to listen to the day 6 of the Cory Bigsby murder trial. I hope you guys can hear it.
Dan Kennedy and Angelique Arentok have been following the trial for a week now.
Let's start with Dan, who is live outside the courthouse to bring us up to speed. Dan.
Day 6.
The jury returns here at 9 a.m. tomorrow to hear closing arguments, to get their instructions, and then they will go behind closed doors to begin their deliberations. These are my 3 key takeaways from what happened today in court as the defense called 6 witnesses to the stand, including an assistant superintendent from the Hampton Roads Regional Jail. And they kind of dove into some of Bigsby's mental state while he was jailed there at Hampton Roads Regional Jail and writing some of those supposed jail confession letters. We learned that Bigsby lost some 60 pounds, really wasn't eating in jail, and also complained of headaches. Number 2, Cory's sister testified that she saw Cody in September of 2021, which kind of goes against the prosecution story of him last being seen alive in June of 2021. And number 3, we heard from a Hampton man who says he saw Cody alive at a Food Lion just a couple days before he was reported missing by his father.
Okay, so those are the 3 things that happened day 6 of the Cory Bigsby murder trial. Tendalina, his sister, came on the court, testify, talking about she seen Cody in September. The superintendent came on and testified that Cory hadn't been eating. Cory had lost 60 pounds. Cory, they sent in a special day so the family could come in and eat with him. And remember, you guys, they had Hardee's. That's his favorite food. So that he would eat because, the guy just quit eating. He was like, I'm not gonna, once you lose so much weight, your mind quit thinking like it's supposed to think. You cannot I'm just not going to eat anymore. Some people do that and then they find themselves in a bad situation health-wise. And then they're like, oh my God. But, they want to lose that weight, or they are protesting that they just not going to eat and they just going to die. And you guys are going to be, responsible for their death. So the superintendent decided, hey, we normally don't do this. We're still covered over the COVID plan that nobody comes in, nobody goes out and visits. You can visit on tablets, you can visit phones and things like that, but they just made a special thing that says, hey, Cory, since you're not going to eat, what if we bring your family in? But here's the funny thing about that whole situation, because we was wondering, why would they do that? Because it seems like suspicious to us, because nobody else is getting this special treatment. Okay, because what if everybody say, I'm not going to eat? Then you're going to have everybody's family members going to Applebee's and Chick-fil-A or whatever to bring these people that they're not guilty, but they're in custody. They incarcerated right now until court. You're going to be bringing them food. So it did look messy. It was questionable, but in the end, they found Cory guilty. And I get it. I understand why the superintendent did say, hey, we got to do something. I'm pretty sure he had a meeting and he was like, this man is going to die. And it's nothing we can do. When he reached a certain level of weight that he done lost, I mean, he was looking horrible. I mean, he was. You guys seen him. And everybody was like, oh my goodness. But he just quit eating, I've been around somebody that has quit eating. It was I can even share it with you because it was a family member, and I'm not with that person anymore. But anyway, my ex-mother-in-law and my common law marriage, my daughter's dad, she quit eating. Nobody didn't know she had quit eating. She was at home and she just stopped eating. And I guess she just wanted to lose weight. She got infatuated with, losing the weight. And by the time we lived in the same town and everything, but we just didn't visit her often. It did not take long. It was a matter of days. Hello, Nancy. How you doing? And she had lost like almost 100 pounds. And she was thick in all the right places. This woman was built like a brick house. So why did she do this? I have no clue. She lost this weight when I finally went over there with him to take her to the hospital. She didn't want to go. And she was like skin and bones, you guys. I couldn't believe it. She didn't have no breasts. She didn't have no butt. This girl was big bone, big breast, big butt, everything, small waist, light skin, very beautiful woman. My ex mom, very beautiful woman. She passed away now. But anyway, we took her to the hospital. They instantly gave her IVs. She was malnutrition. She was underweight. Stuck her in the hospital. They gave her a lot of Ensure, Boost, whatever. And I mean, she had that's all they basically gave her, to eat. She picked up the weight. She did. She picked up the weight, and she got back healthy enough to go home. But while she was underweight, she really was not talking right. She was not thinking right. She was saying things that didn't make sense. I mean, she pulled my hair. I don't know what it is with these mothers-in-laws wanting to pull somebody's hair. But nevertheless, hey, I guess she decided, you're taking my baby or whatever. But she just wasn't thinking right. She wasn't talking right. And until they got some weight up on her, got some nutrition in her body, she then started talking, sensibly, trying to eat. She couldn't eat a lot because that was just too much. She had starved herself for so long. I don't know why he did not. I wasn't invested like that. I was still young in the head. Like I said, I was 14 when I met him, and I probably was around about, because he did the first 3 years in prison. So 18, 14, 15, 16, 17. 18, probably about 18 or 19. I was probably about 18 or 19 when that happened, and I've never been around something like that before. So I'm telling you guys, but I seen, like, after that she had problems with her knees, her legs. She didn't have problems before. And then a lot of mental, physical things. Her mental capacity got worsened. Her health got worsened. um it was all because, she just, I guess she decided she was gonna lose weight, and she did it the wrong way. But anyway, you just don't want to do that. Okay. And some people, they don't listen. They be like, but I look good now. Okay, you look good. What? You're sickly. You look good, but you're sickly. What do you think look good? Quit letting people say what looks good. Because think about it. We're in the United States, and yeah, they think thin is in, and thin is what it is, and you got to be like 110 pounds to be accepted. Be who you are. Tina said, "Hi, booby." She trying to say, "Hey, Ruby," but she said, "Hey, booby." She called you booby, not Ruby. Anyway, hey, Ruby Turner, how you doing? So you guys, be very, be about yourself. I don't know how many times I could tell people, love on yourself. You know what? I think this is going to be a beautiful year. Hey, Marie, how you doing? Hey, Nancy LaRose, how you doing? I think this is going to be a beautiful year because I myself is being about me. I know y'all wondering what's going on with SV, but I'm telling you, I am all about me this year. So I mean, even though my kids and my grandkids, I love them, but I'm there to support them, whatever's going on, and help them or whatever. And somewhat my husband a little bit, not as much as I was 100%. I'm not 100% right now. I believe, without a doubt, this year and next year, I am going to be 100% for me. That means, things can be happening and I won't react to them like I used to. I'm going to really make sure I'm going to be okay. Because if I'm not okay, I can't help nobody else. So I'm going to make sure Diesel and I is okay. I wanted to tell you guys something about Diesel real quick before we get off of here. So Diesel's been doing good. I've been walking with Diesel. Diesel's been behaving himself, minding, being disciplined, very obedient when we walk. I don't really have to walk with him with a leash. He's doing very well. I'm not giving him his medicine. I'm not giving him that medicine. I just can't. I don't know. I just can't do it. It's just something. I'm not saying I won't never give it to him, but I just don't think that is the answer. She said, "Oh, you still got the baby still?" Yeah. So when the tree fell down in the backyard, Diesel was trying to get out of, when I opened up the kennel to let him out, because the tree wouldn't have fell on Diesel because his kennel is made out of iron and it's very strong. It's like 300 pounds. So that's why Diesel can't get out of the kennel. But the tree would have fell on the kennel, but it fell and it did hit the house. And so it kind of blocked him where he couldn't get to me. Well, Diesel ran into the trailer. He literally ran into the trailer on the right side of his eye, and he gashed right up above his eye. I seen it when it happened, but we tried to, see what was going on. He really wouldn't let us look at him then, and I didn't think nothing of it. But so today when we were walking, he kind of let me look at it, and so we sat down and I was looking at it. So he has a gash above his right eye, and it's healing now. But it just, because I was like, what happened? What? So before, it didn't even bleed, or I didn't see it bleed or anything. But nevertheless, it's there. So I was telling Papa about it. So he even let Papa look at it. So I'm wondering, I called the doctor and asked the doctor about it, um, because, he could have had a contusion or a concussion or something. Not a contusion, but a concussion. I guess it's the same thing. But nevertheless, the doctor said, if it's healing, I took a picture of it, sent it to the doctor, um, and told him this happened last week, but I didn't see a wound. We seen him hit his head when he was trying to get to us because he was kind of trapped between the tree and the kennel, and he was just, we called him and thinking he can get through the bush, and he ran right into this metal knob that's on the trailer, and we was like, oh. She said, go, Diesel, go, Diesel, go. That's how fast he runs. He ran right into it with his head. And we was like, oh, but we thought he was okay. I mean, he didn't, but yeah, that happened. But anyway, nevertheless, I want you guys to know that Diesel's okay. But he has been being very obedient. And so I'm going to give it another try. Uh-oh, my son's calling. Hold on, you guys. Okay, you guys, I am so sorry. That was my son. He was calling me on his break. We were waiting on a phone call and we got it, and he's good. He's doing all right on his new job, his new journey. He's happy, making paper, and he's working a labor job. But I mean, hey, it pays what he weighs, so he's good. So, anyway, about Diesel, so Diesel's okay. So I was just wondering, I don't know if you guys are watching this Young Thug, court trial It's a hot mess. I've been watching it. That's what it has nothing to do with it has nothing to do with kids. So that's why I'm really not wanting to talk about it on here. But it's just so intrigued. If you guys got time or whatever, you want to check something out that's gonna just blow your mind, I suggest you watch the live, a live, a 2 or 3 news station. I know, Live 9 or not Live 11. They're doing the Atlanta news. They're covering it, but it's called Young Thug Live Trial. They on every day. They right now they're in a recess or a comfort break or whatever. But I've been watching that, and it's got me really into just watching how these young folks are going through life and how they're acting. Their gang. It's in the it's a RICO trial, so it has to do with gangs and drugs or whatever. So nevertheless, you can learn by what can be said and all this other stuff. We're all watching that. She said, "Oh no, our poor baby is getting hurt." Yeah, he did get hurt, Tina. He has anxiety problems. Yes, he does, Marie. Yes, he does. So if anybody, and this is on, I don't want to stay long because I don't, we just don't want to just chitter chatter. But if anybody got anything that they want to reminisce on the Cory Bigsby trial or case, you can call in right now. And hey, here, this is how you can get tickets. I don't care what you say. You can just mention whatever you like or what you don't like or what you think is gonna happen. Because Nancy called in and she told us what she thinks gonna happen. Now, she didn't really come off at the beginning talking about what she thinks gonna happen. She basically told us something, and I had to, and some people was like, "Why are you hard on Nancy?" I was not hard on Nancy. Nancy's hard on herself, because first of all, I just couldn't believe what she was saying. And then it just didn't make sense to me. So she wasn't really putting it out there like it was her opinion. She first started putting it out there like this is what it is. And I don't want nobody to think that I am accepted to. I just can't believe everything that I hear. I just can't. You know what I'm saying? And so, I did go back and watch some stuff, and the weird thing about it is when Cory got when Cory got convicted of being guilty of murder and concealing the child, the body, which it was kind of weird because remember, in the trial they really had no hard evidence. They had the baby is the hardest evidence they had when the baby was like, he went up to the room and shook Cody, and Cody's eyes was open, but he wouldn't get up. And then he went and got the other kids, or he went and told Cory, and Cory said wasn't nothing wrong with the boy. And so DJ was really upset. I'm gonna tell you guys something. And out of all of this, I feel so sorry for that child. I really do. I feel so sorry for DJ. Because DJ, when you see a person dead, that gonna stick in your head for the rest of your life. Especially if it's somebody you love and you know. Like me seeing my brother sometimes, I don't get over it. I don't. The last time I seen my mother, I'm not over it. How she was stumbling, how she was disoriented. She didn't know what day it was, and she was agitated. She didn't want me to change her, get her cleaned up. She was just trying to make it to the next appointment, and she really needed to go to the hospital. But that's why sometimes people can still, I tell people they're not in their right mind, but they can still talk to you, or they can still request you to do this or don't do that. And you're trying to do what they say do, but they're not in their right mind. But you got to do what they tell you to do, and that's why sometimes when I go to work, I get really frustrated because these are people that's not in their right mind, and they're like, leave me alone or get out of here or such and such. And people wondering, why did you leave them? Or you got to feel, and I don't believe I'm the right person for that, but I'm trying to do the best I can. So I'm studying a lot of stuff. And so I'm wondering, they asked a question about Cory Bigsby. They asked, do you think that there was an accident? That's what I'm trying to get at. Was there an accident that happened and Cory, or do you believe Cory did beat this child? Because we don't have a body, we don't have blood, we don't have splatter of blood. But do you think he beat this child to death? Because, he said something about that in the confession letters, She said popcorn coming in, you know what I mean? I think Virginia is going to give Cory the max. Whatever the max is in the state of Virginia, that's what he's going to get. The max on this case, Antoine Bell said he's asking for the max, which is 40 years for the murder charge and 5 years for the concealment. And the weird thing, the funny thing about it is, it's just weird because you look at other cases, just like the Montgomery case. The woman, what was her name? Kara, or whatever her name was. She literally knew the baby was in the box or whatever it was. She put the baby on the stroller, took the baby down there to the man's job. You know what I'm saying? I consider that concealment. You're helping conceal the death of this child. We've got evidence that you said you put the baby in the stroller. It took it down there. The baby was in the ceiling. The baby was in the ice chest. You took the baby down there, put the other two kids in the stroller, and you took the baby down there, covered up in the stroller. And the man and he stuck the baby. They stuck Harmony in the suitcase or whatever, and they put him in the deep freeze, in the back, in the walk-in deep freeze or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And so I call that concealment. It's funny how she didn't get nothing for that. Nothing. So, we are hard on our own people, when we look. And when I say our own people, I'm not just saying black people. I'm talking about people that, we're all together now, It's not just black and white. We're all together. This is the melting pot. You gonna have white people in your family. I got white people in my family. I got half mixed people in my family. I got Asian people in my family. I got African in my family. Got Indian in my family. We're all mixed. And so when I say our people, it's like there's a difference now. Because if you look at like the P. Diddy case, P. Diddy is black and his children are black. They're really not black, they're brown. But anyway, never the case. They consider them black or whatever. That's not like our people. Why I say that is because the money is now separating what people in different groups now. It's not the color anymore. It's the money. So if you've got billions and billions of dollars like P. Diddy, that puts you in another group. It doesn't matter what color you are, but that puts you in another group. And then when you're medium, if you got medium money, that puts you in another group. And when you just work for a living like we do, and I say we, that's our group. So our group is like trying to figure out, like, we work for a living, we on Medicaid, Medicare for a living, we're on disability. This is our group. And that's the way it is. It doesn't matter what color. And that's three groups right there. You got middle class, where you're doing just fine. You got degrees or whatever, and you got master's degree or doctor degree or whatever, and you're making a six figure. You're living a good life. You don't have to worry about your bills. Your kids are going to these private schools or whatever. And then you got some of us that's barely making it. And then you got some of us that's, making it a little bit better. And that's what some people don't understand. Like, yeah, it took me a long time to understand, like, I gotta go to school. Am I gonna wait for some free schooling, or am I gonna pay to go to school? Well, I decided I'm not gonna wait, because if I wait, it's gonna be too late. When I say too late, like I'm already old in age. I don't want to wait when it is not going to help me to get it. It might, and whatever, but I think I'm going to get some kind of benefit out of working hard for what I want. I don't know what it's going to do for me. I know I'm going to make more money, but then again, am I going to be able to give them better service? I'm hoping that they're going to be able to teach me more, and that's what I'm going for. And going back to school, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be the oldest person in the class. I'm not going to tell them how old I am either. They're going to be like, how old are you? Or tell us a little bit about yourself. I'm not going to tell them nothing. I'm not going to tell them how long I've been a nurse. I'm not going to tell them when I graduate from high school, how many kids I got. They're going to be like, tell us about yourself. I'm just eager and happy to be here. But tell us about yourself. That's it. That's it. I'm not telling you nothing. I'm not going to tell you how old I am. I'm not going to tell you how many years you've been in the health field or something. Because let me tell you something. People, when they think that they know you, that's when they start trying you. Or they want to get close to you, because you will get a lot of fake friends just because when I tell people, oh yeah, I've been a nurse for 19 years. Guess what? They be like, oh, I can't do the math, and what do you know about this? And then that's a lot of pressure. There's things I learned and there's things I didn't learn. But, Miss Dee Dee said, none of your business. I learned to keep my mouth shut. I learned not to say nothing, because at the end of the day, I need to get what I need to get, and they need to get what they need to get. And I can't help them. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to. I need to be there for myself right now. She said, that's it and that's all. People will try when you share with them. Exactly. Y'all understand what I'm saying? So anyway, at the end of the day, I'm not gonna share nothing with them, because people receive you. When they try to receive you, first they want to see what they can get. If they can get something out of you, something, or you worked in that field, they want to know, where you know that at, where you get that at, where you work at, how many kids you have, how long you been a nurse, how do you not know this, or whatever. I'm just not going to do that. I'm going to sit in class, and I'm going to get as much as I can from the teacher. That's why I'm going to pay. I'm not going to pay there to make friends and all of that. I'm just not. I'm pretty sure they're going to put me with somebody. I'm going to get with somebody of the same nature. I'm going to let them share. And sometimes that's what you got to do. You guys understand? Anyway, you guys, yeah, so that's what's up. I'm going to get off of here. Like I said, I took my hair down, and I haven't did anything to it, so I'm going to do something to it tomorrow. And I've got to put it in a style that it'll be okay. But yeah. Anyway, you guys, I'm gonna get off of here. Go back into the trial because I am watching the Young Thug trial. If you guys want to watch it, we'll probably talk about it somewhere down the road because the attorney went to jail for contempt of court, wouldn't tell where he got some information from. And it is when you talk about a circus, it is crazy. You guys understand what I'm saying? It is crazy. If you want to see a crazy, crazy trial, and the judge might even lose his judgeship or something, he's gonna get chastised for that. I hope that he was I don't know. I think he's gonna lose. I think it's gonna be a mistrial. But it's funny how they're putting so much money into trying to put these boys in the jail because they're affiliated with a gang. That's the whole thing of the whole situation. But anyway, you guys, there has not been no information on the Tyree case. I've been waiting for some information on that, when they're going to court and what's going on with it. I have not forgot about Tyree Nichols. I have not forgot, and so I'm pretty sure something's going to come up on that. She said, talking about a mistrial for sure. Exactly. That's when you see everything went wrong. They even tried to give this boy some drugs while he was in court, you guys. I'm telling you. You thought that looking at Nature Boy case was something. You need to look at this case with Young Thug. It is unbelievable. Sometimes we got to watch these cases because this is the new world. And this is what it's all about. And you're seeing your laws and your rights being taken from you, and the judge is included in some of this. And I'm looking at the judge, and the judge is just not right. But yeah, it is what it is. All right, because when you got kids, and even though that your kids are not doing this stuff, not in the gangs and doing this stuff, they could find themselves intrigued or involved in some of this kind of stuff. So anyway, you guys, I'm gonna get off of here. Be good. If you guys want to call in, I gave you time enough to call in. Nobody called in, so I'm gonna get on off of here. You guys be good, be safe, and be nice to each other. Bye.